I'm standing in the middle of a field in England, but not just any field in England, as this is the site of a busy town from the days of the Roman Empire nearly 2,000 years ago, and one of only 3 known Romano-British sites that have not been subsequently destroyed or buried by later medieval and modern towns being built over them. In fact, I'm standing on the site of the town's forum. Welcome to Venta Icenorum. Located in the modern village of Caister St Edmund, it's just a couple of miles south of Norwich. However, it's also a town where the archaeologists originally totally misunderstood the historical timeline. Although the existence of the Roman settlement had long been known, not least because some of the walls and ramparts and ditches were clearly visible, it was only in the 1920s, when aerial photography was in its infancy and archaeologists were first beginning to understand the significance of crop marks, that the site was fully investigated. My drone footage gives some idea of the scale of the site, and apologies for the lurching video, but it was a very windy day when I was filming this and I was struggling to keep control of the drone. So how did the archaeologists get the dating wrong? The excavations during the period 1929 to 35 found the ruins, or at least the foundations, of a walled town with further buildings including an amphitheatre located outside the walls. As archaeological evidence gave the earliest date for the site as being in the latter half of the 1st century AD, so that's round about the 60s or early 70s AD, the assumption was the Romans built a fort here in the aftermath of Queen Boudica's failed revolt against the Romans in AD 61. Boudica, or Boadicea is to use the spelling of her name I learned at school, was the queen of the Iceni tribe, and this was their heartland. So it was entirely logical the Romans would establish a military presence here, and that over time the camp would become a population centre and the people would outgrow the city walls. Except we now know, thanks to later excavations between 2006 and 2014, that the town originally established by the Romans, the name Aventa Ikonorum means marketplace of the Iceni, did not have walls, and that the walls and fortifications that can now be seen were not built until the late 3rd or early 4th century, at a time when the Roman province of Britannia was increasingly under attack by Germanic raiders, the Angles and the Saxons. It's also worth bearing in mind that while the town lies close to the river Tass, now little more than a stream, in Roman times it was dangerously close to the great estuary, now covered by the Norfolk Broads. Incidentally, archaeologists discovered a Roman builder's hobnail booted footprint in the mortar of one of the walls. The town seems to have limped along after the Roman legions abandoned Britannia in AD 410, and that it was still a functioning settlement in the early 8th century, well into the Anglo-Saxon period, when Norwich took over as the main town in the region. What else can I tell you about Venta? In the River Tass, a lead Roman-era curse tablet has been discovered. This called upon the god Neptune to help an individual recover various items of stolen clothing and jewellery, ending with the promise that in return for the blood of the thief, the theft victim would give the god a pair of leggings. We don't know if Neptune took up this offer. Then there is the church, dedicated to the royal martyr Saint Edmund. The church was definitely in existence in the early 11th century, and it certainly incorporates Roman masonry and brickwork. Intriguingly, the church's location exactly matches the old Roman street plan, suggesting it was built on the site of an earlier building, perhaps a Christian church dating back to the late Roman era, or even a Romano-British building that had been repurposed. Incidentally, the screaming is small children running around the empty church, discovering that you get great echoes. Finally, there is the Roman road. Called the Pie Road, it originally ran from Venta to what is now Colchester, and from there on to London. This is almost exactly the same route as the modern A140 and A12. The mainline railway from Norwich to London echoes this route. What did the Romans ever do for us? Well, in East Anglia they created a transport network we are still using 2,000 years later.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, please click the like button, drop a comment below, and support us by hitting that subscribe button. For more weird tales, visit our website www.urbanfantasies.com. Until next time, stay well, stay weird.